Heja! Ja jestem Andrusek i witam was wszystkich serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku Final Fantasy XVI. Rozdział w przesmyku. I musimy pójść do lazaretu. No to zacznijmy od tego. Ciekaw jestem, co nasz bohater zrobi, by pokonać Odyna.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
Są braćmi, to powinni jakoś się dogadać. W dwójkę będzie na pewno lepiej następnym razem. Bezimienne slamsy. A, nasz znajomy. Bahamut.
What is this place?
Slamsy.
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well.
Wydaje mi się, że może on ma jeszcze jakąś rolę do wykonania.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Czyżby?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are ya?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming!
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
No to lecimy dalej. Ten quest widać jest zablokowany. Ale dobra. Skupiamy się teraz głównie na fabule. Podejrzewam, że resztę questów można skończyć po tym, jak się skończy grę.
I still say it were a compliment.
Say it all you like. It doesn't make it true.
Czas spojrzeć na mapę.
Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
And tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters!
All right, if it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood? Barnabas Thumb, the one they call the last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped, and Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Idziemy odwiedzić półki. Śmieszne są te nazwy tutaj.
Covered in nicks and lumps.
To chodzi pewnie o bibliotekę.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Okej, mały questik, zobaczmy, czy będziemy mogli go rozwiązać.
From Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Okej, jakieś tam zwykłe zadanie do zrobienia. Znalezienie jakichś uczniów. Oko za oko. Sprawa niezwykłej wagi. To jest tutaj. No to wystarczy, że pójdziemy tam i quest się zakończy, ale sprawdźmy... Ale sprawdźmy, co Joshua robi.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, if you have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloedu.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
If it please your grace, might I one day borrow the chronicles for a short while?
Of course, Lawsman Hippocrates. You need but ask.
Networking tutaj jest, dobra. Dzielą się wiedzą.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
No to ostatnia misja, można powiedzieć.
Very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Sam nie wiem, kiedy ta gra się kończy.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Słówko przed odejściem. A można odejść bez słowa? Chyba nie. Skończę główne questy. Na tym się teraz skupiam.
How do you split the sea?
Is something wrong? Not at all. Honestly. Can't a man wish his friend farewell? Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order while you're off saving the world. I'll hold you to that.
Pożegnaliśmy się z Odynem i udajemy się... Gdzie my się udajemy w ogóle? A, tutaj. Wybrzeże cieni. Zachodni popiół. Wybrzeże cieni. Zdecydujcie się.
Reckon it'll be a long walk to the capital if we follow the cliffs. I'll scout ahead, see if I can't find us an inland route.
Tylko Gav, musisz uważać na siebie, bo to nie jest...
There's something I've been meaning to ask. You took her icon, didn't you?
Yes, I did. She understood.
Au, 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 au.
Oh, she understood. Understood that you decided to save the world all on your own, and that you'd die without her power. How dare you make her choose? You knew damn well she'd never refuse you. But I will. You can't keep pushing us away, Clive. The world is ours to save, not yours.
I used my gift because I thought it was the right thing to do.
And you truly believe this will save you? Will save us all?
I do.
Then so be it.
Kurde, to nie ciekawe w takim razie, że ona nie będzie mogła być Shivą więcej?
Just don't forget. You're not alone.
Ja się gubię czasami w tej grze.
Think I found us a trail. Did I miss something?
Only that Joshua didn't.
I don't get it.
Może i to dobrze. I już jesteśmy w królestwie Waloedu. Nawet się nie będę starał wymawiać porządnie.
Always wanted to visit Ash.
We're in Waloedu territory now. Don't expect it.
Okej, nasz cel jest... Mamy parę krętych ścieżek. O, możemy Chocobosa wezwać. Pewnie.
Castle over there looks inviting enough.
Shall we sample its inhabitants' hospitality?
To lecimy, zobaczymy, czy będą potworki. Nie jestem chętny do walki. No tak jakoś... Kiedyś to się też grało właśnie tak i człowiek się wkurzał na losowe walki.
Remember what I said about warm welcomes, Gav?
This place is as dead as Grieger's ghost.
No właśnie, może w tym królestwie już nie ma ludzi. Ale możemy jeszcze biec. Możemy tu wejść? No coś się zaraz pojawi na pewno. Zbierzmy co się da. A, są panowie. Ciekawe, czy zmuszą nas do walki. Dobra, zobaczmy tak. Najwyżej ominę ich. To są akasze, także...
I knew I smelled something.
I see only orcs and Kashik here.
Let's hope the villagers made it out in time.
Biegniemy prosto przed siebie, ale czuję, że brama jest zamknięta i będziemy musieli pokonać ich. Zobaczmy. Dobra, złaź z tego.
Thanks, Gal.
A, musimy ich pokonać, dobra. No dobra. Dobra, zajmiemy się nimi. Nie lubię tego ciosu. Okej, część wrogów przynajmniej chyba ominęliśmy, tak mi się wydaje. Nie wiem, dobra, nieważne. Co my tu mamy? Tu jest punkt. No i z powrotem na czoka. Skajtchwar. Kawałeczek. Ciemne jaskinia, nie. Tylko tunel. O, i kolejna twierdza. O-o!
Is the whole of Ash fallen into Ultima's hands?
That's no peace delegation. We should send a warning to the others.
No. My uncle will have an eye on the coast. I trust he'll find a way to entertain any uninvited guests. Our mark is Drake's spine, and there's a lot of road between us and it. We press on to Stone here.
Aye, you never know. It might not be a nest of slathering monsters.
Całe szczęście nas nie widzieli.
Clive, you must go on ahead without me.
He?
This stronghold is as old as Phoenix Gate, perhaps older. It may yet hide Ultima's remaining secrets, and if we are to best him, they must be unearthed.
All right. Stay out of trouble.
I always do. Mostly.
Wydaje mi się, że jeszcze będziemy nim grać.
You sure about this?
About leaving my brother on his own. Of course. Mostly.
Lady Vivian's map is so old, it's hard to tell which way is up. But if I'm right, we're not far from a village called Eastla.
Then we make our way there, resupply, and wait for Joshua.
Przejdźmy jeszcze kawałek, no. Wściekła przepaść. Tutaj na pewno będą... Na pewno będą jakieś potworki. Ale ja jak zwykle je ominę. Jeśli da radę. Za bardzo otwarta przestrzeń. O, łażą tam, dobra. No pewnie tutaj jest morbol. Ale skąd wiesz, jak dupa morbola pachnie? A faktycznie. A nie, to jakiś żółw. To tylko jakiś żółw, dobra. Uciekamy. Dobra, i uciekliśmy. Ale jeszcze kawałeczek. No dobra. A, możemy tak skakać, super. Nie chce mi się walczyć za bardzo z tymi minionsami. Czekaj, bo ja chyba w złą stronę poszedłem. No, w złą stronę, dobra. Uciekamy stąd i tyle. Fajny mostek. Tutaj mi się krajobraz naprawdę podoba. Lubię takie miejscówki. Jesteśmy blisko zadania, widzę, dobra. No to może jakiś bossek na koniec. Coś się może zaczaić. Albo totalna pustka. Nie, jednak coś tu jest. A, akaszki. No dobra. No, na pewno nie, dokładnie. Pozamiatamy. Jak zawsze. Nowi wrogowie. Całą wioskę będziemy musieli załatwić. No dobra. I kolejni wrogowie. Trzecia fala. Gaf już narzeka. Dobra. Nie będę musiał napoi zużywać. Nie no to... Ja wiem, czemu ta gra nie jest w pewnym sensie super, mimo że jest ok. To, że chcieli do większej liczby ludzi przekonać się. Chcieli przekonać do finala większą ilość ludzi, ale... To nie jest to. Nisza jest ważniejsza, uważam. Jak starasz zadowolić się wszystkich, to nie zadowalasz wielu ludzi. Okej, większy pan. Okej, weź miksturę. Ale jeszcze boska nie było, to tylko mid bosek. Minion. Większy minion. Okej. No, to jeszcze coś nadejdzie zaraz. No, oczywiście. Pana topornika obudziliśmy. To jeszcze nie jest boss. Nie, to jeszcze taki słaby gościu. To jest chyba burmistrz tej wioski. Piąchopiryna. Ale combo. Elegancko. Czyli wrogowie bez boska.
Gav. Gav!
O nie, jednak.
Oh, the bastards. Oh, fuck.
O nie, Odyn. No kurde. O.
Have you come to watch, Odin?
Bound for stone here. Good. My master awaits you in the capital, though I cannot allow you to attend him in your present state.
And how are you going to stop us?
Why, with this!
Niebo zakrzywia? Mordę. Wow, bez przesady.
What did you do?
Zablokował ich chyba, czy coś takiego.
If the vessel would see the path opened, it has but to ask. I shall see that my master's prize is made presentable.
Shit! No!
I co, nie będą mogli się ruszyć stąd?
Clive, would you mind telling me what the fuck just happened?
Krakanie kruków.
Oh, you've got to be. How are we supposed to get through that?
We seek an audience with the king. If His Majesty wants me to come and ask him, then that is exactly what I'll do.
Before you go practicing your petition, we don't even know where the fucker went. How about we cool our heads and think this through, eh?
All right.
Maybe there's something here we can use.
Być może. Ciekawe. To będziemy musieli wybadać to miejsce. No, zobaczymy. Ja wam tymczasem dziękuję za oglądanie tego odcinka Final Fantasy XVI i zapraszam na kolejne. Jeszcze kilka tylko do końca chyba. Tutaj był Andrusek i jak zwykle do pogrania. Cześć!